back to my channel. My name is Jumoke. If you are new here, I am your favorite femininity coach here on the YouTube, okay? So yes, I see that I kind of jumped straight into this whole femininity thing without actually sharing my own journey, and maybe it will give you some hope. Maybe my testimony will inspire you simply because this didn't come out of nowhere, you know? So I want to start first talking about how I was raised and then my journey through femininity, because this is not a new journey for me. It just has a new name, but I've actually been on this journey for a while. So the way I was raised, I thought I knew what femininity was in a way, because I'm Nigerian and my tribe is Yoruba. So when it comes to the Yoruba tribe, we are trendsetters. Like, we are the ones who are starting different fashion trends. We take a lot of pride into our presentation and our appearance. So growing up, it wasn't uncommon for my mom to be like, why are you going out without your earrings? Where's your earrings? You know? So we couldn't even go to like Walmart without earrings on. We always had to look presentable and decent in whatever situation or wherever we went. Even if it was to Walmart, we didn't just go in bummy clothes. I mean, we could wear you know what I'm trying to say? Like, we basically had to still have a certain level of presentation wherever we went. Now, that's all good and dandy, but I realized, especially as I grew older and I got saved and started doing a lot of healing, which I'll talk about in a minute, a lot of what I thought was femininity was not rooted in true femininity. It was rooted in things like insecurity, vanity, low self-esteem, worthlessness. But a lot of things that we did, not everything, a lot of things that we did as far as culturally, it was not from a place of true femininity. But I didn't know that at the time. That's just how I was raised. So it's like, okay, the louder, the brighter, the better. And a lot of us who are probably African, or if you have any African friends, there's like this African mom trope that we try to embody and we try to make fun of, with the black lip liner and the over-the-top makeup and just loud, exaggerated movements or whatnot. And again, we actually thought that was feminine. We thought that was feminine, but more isn't necessarily better. Things that are louder, brighter, or more gaudy are not necessarily more feminine, even though it could be cultural. So that's one aspect of it. I know for me, even growing up, I did not know how to take care of my skin, my hair. I just knew I was supposed to be clean. So I would use things like Dow soap and Irish Spring. Like, that's like the harshest of the harshest soap on the market. And I didn't even realize how much of poverty was even seeping through my femininity in the way that I presented myself. Like, let's just say I was very cheap looking. If you see pictures of how I used to look like in high school and middle school, I would say I just looked very cheap. You know, like, I didn't look like the best version of me. Let's just say that. So anyways, fast forward throughout high school and the beginning of college, I was extremely insecure and I lacked confidence. And it wasn't that clear when you would look at me or talk to me, because I feel like I had built up a sense of pride and I tried to find my identity in other things, but that wasn't necessarily making me more feminine or anything like that. It was just more of a mask to hide insecurities, but I didn't know that at the time. I lacked a lot of self-awareness, but I was a bad leader. I lacked integrity. My heart just wasn't right. Like, I had a lot of brokenness and I wasn't even aware of the brokenness that I was actually holding on to. So fast forward to November 2014, I got saved. Best decision ever. Best decision ever. So a few months after I got saved, I got into another relationship. Now, the crazy thing is, like, when I got saved, something shifted in me. Like, when you receive salvation and you accept the gift of the Holy Spirit and you're empowered by the Holy Spirit, something just switched. It was like I had this deep desire to become a woman. Now, that might sound weird to some people. Again, it wasn't called femininity back then. To me, I thought it was just me embracing womanhood because I had just turned 21 in 2015, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I want to be a woman. And I remember telling my boyfriend at the time, like, oh my gosh, I want to be a woman. And he's like, but you already are a woman. I'm like, you don't get it. Like, and this is how you know femininity has nothing to do with men, because I didn't want to be more feminine for him, because he already, I mean, we were already together. Like, he was pretty loyal. It wasn't because of him, but it was because of the Holy Spirit within me, which is why when I talk about femininity on this channel, I always say that, you know, like, you were made in the image of God, and he made us male and female. If we think about it in today's term, that's masculine and feminine. It's not about our physical appearance or whatever that makes us a woman, but our spirit make us feminine. So when you are carrying God within you, when you're carrying the Holy Spirit, when your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit is only going to encourage you and empower you as a woman to become more feminine. Why? Because Holy Spirit knows who you are and you're supposed to be, and is going to empower you to become that woman that God called you to be. Point blank, period, full stop, period. Okay? So I just had this desire. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I just want to be a woman. I remember one of the first things I did was I just created a vision board, and I'm like, I just want to be a woman. I changed up my fashion sense. I remember putting things up there about marriage, about graduating, because that was a journey, about graduating from college. What else? And then I started getting more into just what I thought being a woman was about. Things like, okay, smelling good. I got into a lot of perfumes and good smelling stuff, which we'll talk about probably as time goes on, because I'm really passionate about smelling good. I really like smelling good. I wanted to have white teeth. I wanted to, just things like that. But as time went on, I realized that I could only present what I believed about myself on the inside. So a couple years into my femininity journey, that's when I started doing the real work, okay, of like real deep healing. I'm talking about deliverance, emotional healing, soul wounds, parental wounds, trauma, things like that, dealing with those things head on. I dealt with those things head on, and then what you see is a reflection of the healing that was done on the inside. So yes, and with the healing that I've received on the inside and just this journey in general, which has been honestly amazing, this is the reason why I want to talk more about femininity from, you know, a more godly perspective, because I really have a burden for women and to help women to become all that they're called to be, and to really be that woman that they are called to be, with confidence and with security and with assurance that yes, this is the path I'm supposed to be going on. So yes, that's my story in a nutshell. If you are a woman that you are interested in embracing your femininity, breaking generational curses, inner healing, even things like being positioned for marriage, definitely do schedule a discovery call with me, and we can talk more about how I can help you in that journey. But let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.